Hey, you guys, thank you for tuning in for Team Redemption, where we are not what people say we are because we are God's beloved. And I'm here with my daughter, Naya Chambliss.
No.
Well, we're actually sitting here because she's painting her toenails. I'm in her room. Yes, I'm always in her room. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, what do you want to talk about? What's the topic you want to talk about? Any kind of topic, just anything we can talk about. You know. So let's make a topic about how does it feel. Let's make a topic about how does it feel to. What advice could you give other young ladies about taking a break off Facebook?
Well, not just recently, like 2 months ago, took a break from Facebook. It's been hard. It really has been hard.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking to your friends that you usually talk to every day. Like, I'm trying to get used to not, because I used to fall asleep on the phone with one of my friends.
Fall asleep? Well,
Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3. Sometimes I fall asleep on the phone in group chat. Because I think it's that, like, I know y'all might think it's weird, but it's like maybe it's because like we like know that the other person's like keeping us company.
right. So
That's why I can go a while without, like, if we on the phone, we don't have to talk to each other. We just know that like the other person is there.
Yeah, I'll be saying because I'll be coming in her room and she be snoring. The other person sitting on the phone. I'm sitting there like, what in the world? But I always wake her up because, I don't believe in going to sleep while your phone is beside your head because it's just too much stuff going on and you just really can't trust that because, you got so many signals and things like that could actually mess up your brain waves. And see, I've been doing a study and stuff on that. You know how I do. I'm studying anything. But anyways, so let me ask you a question. How do you feel about, like, how do you feel since you've been on Facebook as far as your relationship with God? Do you feel like it then gotten closer, or do you feel like he's far away? Like, your honest opinion, where do you feel like God is at in this point in your life? You're starting to pray more, but that's good. Because prayer is like it's the key thing that holds us together with God. Like, as far as this computer, you wouldn't be able to get a signal to the internet and stuff without Wi-Fi. So prayer is like Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? When you connected to God and you're talking to God, and you know what I'm saying, you're sitting there and you're praying. It's like a connect part to Him, because without prayer you wouldn't be able to connect. You know what I'm saying? Without prayer, you would see the loading time. You still loading, still waiting, and you still sitting there in the same situation, and then you don't realize that by the time you figured out that you hadn't prayed in like 2 weeks, it's like, dang, like you don't even feel connected to God anymore. So I definitely understand that. But
I was going to tell you, like, I was about to explain to you why I sleep. Well, I was sleeping with my phone beside me. Because, like, I don't know about you, but, like, a big fear, I'm scared of, like, if somebody's calling me and they need me right then and there. And if I don't wake up instantly and answer them, I'm scared of that. Because, like, what if they need my help? So that's why I have my phone beside me. I have my vibrator on, so if it vibrates, it scares me up. Like, I just jump up and then answer the phone.
But what if it's a friend that you're not on the phone with, and they needed you, but your phone is occupied with the other friend? They did.
No, because they
But yeah, I understand, because see, the thing is, just like I always tell y'all, when we was younger, see, YouTube didn't come out until 2005. So most of these things that are out, they didn't come out, you know what I'm saying, when we were actually, growing up when I was your age, we didn't have all of these different things that we could do to stay in touch with friends and all this other stuff. We either seen them in school, and you remember I was explaining to you how we knew where everybody was at because everybody bikes was sitting outside of one place. That's how we knew where everybody's at. So it's like a different thing when you grow up and you got this technology where you can keep in touch with friends who is on the other side of the world. Like you can talk to people from Africa. Like when I was 15 years old, I ain't know nothing about no Africa. Well, I mean, I did, but the technology had gotten so how to say it. The technology has improved so very much. So you can get in touch with these people. Like back then, it was to the point where we had to have international phone calls on the phone. Like you was charged extra if you called outside of your state. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a different atmosphere where you could just get on Facebook and you can talk to people for free. That's lit. Like it's lit for y'all generation. But see, the thing with Facebook is knowing when to get off. That's the hardest thing about most of this generation.
Well, all it takes is one wrong person.
One wrong post, like I got to go. But
because the only reason why I be getting on Facebook, because I'll be seeing, like, no offense to white people, but I'll be seeing white people, they be posting like black people's biggest fear, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, I've seen those. I've definitely seen those little things when they post. Like they'll have white people or white women who is feel like they have hips and breast stuff, and then they'll say that it's a black woman's worst fear. But see, the thing is that it's certain people that's behind this racial thing. When they putting those things out there, they want you to feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But you have to realize everybody gonna have their preferences. You're gonna have people that's gonna like white women. You're gonna have people that like black women, people that like Indian, Asian. Everybody's gonna have their own, you know what I'm saying, kind of perception of who they like. So instead of letting it bother you, because that's what they want, that's the tactic. They want black women and white women to be against each other. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I done had some thick white friends. You know what I'm saying? I really have. But I wasn't jealous of them. Like, this my girl. At the end of the day, if a black man wanted to be with my white friend, I didn't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care because at the end of the day, if I separate myself because of her skin color, isn't it the same thing?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like racism it comes in all different forms. So I love all people. Like I really do. I love white women, I love black women, I love Asian, Chinese. Korean women, I think I've came across of a Korean woman before, but like I really love people in general. So when people post things on Facebook, when they post things like that, it's to cause division within the women. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're going to have friends that are different cultures, different, but it comes to a point where you have to understand where you are in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You should never feel to the point where you get intimidated by somebody else's outer appearance, no matter if they black, white, green, purple, or blue. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, well, we're going to end this here. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Team Redemption, where we are not what the other people say we are because we are God's beloved. So, you guys have a nice day, and we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.